Okay. Welcome to Summer Sparking Good Time. Today's video is going to be a Wip Chat. Today's filming date is April 30th, which is a Sunday. I filmed my last one on April 22nd, which was a Saturday. So I think I have an extra day in there to talk about. But I am doing the first section. Oh, and my disclaimer is I have broken literally all these three nails. And like on this one, I have it. Let's see if I can. It's cracked right here, and it's a sorry state of affairs. But I have an appointment on Tuesday to see if my Aunt Pammy can get me situated. Because I was trying to file and stuff, and then things went crazy, and I have gone too far, and I didn't like the shapes I was getting, and I'm like, I just need a professional. I just need a professional to fix it. So Aunt Pam is going to fix it for me on Tuesday. So if you can just bear with me until we get there, I'd appreciate it. I'm like, I don't know if it stains from the nail polish that I've been wearing, the gel nail polish, or from the nail polish remover. But I feel like I got like these like orange marks on my fingernails, and I don't smoke anymore, so I'm like, what the heck? I don't know. So anyways, this is my Rocket Girl by Jasmine Castillo from Distracted by Diamonds canvas. I'm doing this canvas for let me see if I can situate myself here, the Star Wars and Space Diamonds. So this cover minder is also from Distracted by Diamonds. It's this little Star Wars space minder. I love it. It has the double magnets on the back, and it's real good. But I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan. Oh no, get out of the way. I'm having a really hard time with the protective plastic. It is, I don't know, but I'm not happy with it. But anyways, I'm using my pen from, oh Lord, this is MK Laceworks. Double check that. I'm Etsy open. Yeah, this is from MK Custom Laceworks from Etsy. I'll try to put the link below. I tend to only use, where'd you go? Oh dear Jesus. Oh, there's my baby. This is my favorite ever pen from Norse Alchemist, and I tend to use this almost exclusively, but because this actually goes with the colors of most of my kits better anyways, but it does not match nothing about this one. So I tried to get one that had more of the spacey colors and the purples and the blues, and so we're going with this one. And I really like this right here. For doing that, I have a mini glue dot on the brass single placer. I have Randa's putty in my 7. This is the stainless steel multi-placer from Diamond Art Club. And then what you're seeing right here, it did not fit this pen perfectly, so I just wrapped the little end with some of the really skinny, oh Lord, washi tape, just make it feel better. Jackson has a new toy, so if you're hearing the skitter scuttering, that is Jackson playing with his new toy, and I am sorry, and it just is what it is. That's where we're at. I'm actually using my small Muni-Made tray. This is the one that came with the Rainbow Cloud kit, if you ordered the premium kit. I am actually just using the baggies for this one because I was trying to get this kit ready. And like I'm out of storage. I really need to take the time to get down, but I just haven't had the time to do much anything. So we're just playing the baggy game, and I just stole one of my TikTok container boxes and did because there's 42 colors on this. So I have 1 through 15, 16 through 29, 30 through 42 is how I have them separated. It's just how my brain worked. So we are going to start. And I don't know why. I have been thinking it is the first all day. And so, like, I got this all ready to film. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not the first. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to film today. The Bella Art Day Nicole and Emerald at Fairy Lights had said this is going to be like a super, super relaxed event. They're not about all the stuff. And there was a post in the Facebook group about it, I'm pretty sure. And so I'm just like, this is what I want to do today. This is what I'm doing. I'm just tired. I just want to do what I want to do. So last Friday was the last time, or last Saturday was the last time I talked to you, and I talked to you up until what was going on in my life till Friday, and that was the day that I had done all those windows, and then I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, because Trinity broke her phone on a Friday. Okay. Then I went to my mama's and helped her out, so that's where we were. And then Saturday, I was a big old lazy lump. I did some filming. I think Trinity and I did some spring cleaning on a couple of the rooms here. We're trying to do it where we each we work together, but we do like a couple hours, and then we get to do what we want, so that we're not hating each other. And I'm not. When you clean for a living, you do not want to spend your entire weekend cleaning. I'm just going to tell you, it's like, no, I'm good. I need a day off. So we're trying to do it where we're doing like 6-hour chunks, maybe 1 or 2 times a week to do our spring cleaning, because I can't stand it. But I'm also just, when you're cleaning, it's a lot. When you clean other people's houses all day, it's just a lot to come home and then have to look at your own and do it again. And so we're trying this new thing where my biggest pet peeve is the island in the kitchen. We have like a 8-seater like bar height table as the island in my kitchen, because it's just a weird setup anyways. But everything ends up on that table, and it drives me to absolute distraction. Like, biggest pet peeve. So our new rule for this last week is we cannot go to bed or leave the house when we're like leaving if there's stuff on the island. The only thing that's allowed to be on the island is there's a lazy Susan in the middle with like some random stuff that lives there. Like, I have a vase full of like little suckers for the kids when they're coming through, and that's where like I have a jar that's a Ray Dunn jar with hair ties. When you have a house of girls, you need hair ties in the kitchen, and it's the best thing I ever did, because they're constantly looking for a hair tie, and then I just have them on that lazy Susan in the middle island, and I just refill it, and everybody knows where the hair ties are, and I don't have to hear anybody hunting and screaming, I don't know where my hair tie is. Did you hear it? No, they just know where it is. It was a really good decision. And then like that's what's there. So all those are the only the stuff that is prescribed to live there is allowed to be. I am moving everything is allowed to be on the island, and so we've been trying real hard this week. Come here to keep that up, because I don't know about anybody else, but my island, that's the thing that it's like the catch-all. Everybody put stuff on it. Like, even like when Trinity's friends come over, everything ends up on the island. And I'm like, get off my island. I'm at the point where I was telling my mom I'm about to just get rid of the island. And she looked at me and she goes, you don't have any counter space in your kitchen. That's why we, did an island. And I'm like, I know, but I can't stand it. It's just driving me bonkers. So anyways, we're trying this thing. And so far we have made it all week, keeping the island clear. We were late one day because Trinity had unloaded the dishwasher onto my island, and then she thought she was just going to go to work. And I looked at her and I'm like, no, ma'am. There's a rule. We don't go to work. We don't go to bed. I don't know why would you unload the dishwasher to the island? Why didn't you just put it away? And she just looked at me like I was crazy, but sorry. I made her put it away. I'm like, I mean, it's not like that. She has a lot of chores or anything. So, um, that was Saturday. And then I worked really, really hard on my mystery kit and purple, and I got both my main April canvases done. You guys should have already seen at least the post review for the mystery kit. It should be up. I believe that went up today. Yeah, the 30th. I wanted that to post while the event was still going on. And sir, I went too many, so you go over there. But I finished purple and the mystery kit from Chris Ortega for April. I have not filmed the April finishes video. I've not filmed my May Whip Parade video. I've not filmed my May events video. We've been busy. So then on Sunday, I did a lot of filming and editing and for the content that I had this past week because, after you film the video, then you have to go in and edit the video and then do your thumbnails and then do all your descriptions and your tags. And there's a lot more to it than you would think when you're just getting started with YouTube videos. So I was doing all that on Sunday and getting laundry done for the week because, I have household laundry and then I have work laundry because I use a lot of towels and mop heads throughout the week. And I try not to use paper towels when I can use like microfiber towels and whatnot. Just to be a little bit more environmentally conscious. And most of the time, I prefer to be able to scrub something and it not fall apart. So, I did the laundry and then I think Trendy and I did like our spring cleaning of our bedrooms. And then, because she is we both been having like some depression things. So I was like, okay, I'm just done. We just got to get everything spruced up, just a little bit at a time, but we'll get it there. We did that. And on Monday, what did I do Monday? I worked Monday. Where did I work? I worked in Outwater, but I don't know what I did. I did something. I have no idea. I worked on Monday in Outwater. I don't know what I was doing though. And then Tuesday, I had the day off, and I was trying to get a lot of my paperwork and business and just all the stuff you don't want to do that you got to do. I was doing that and checking to make sure that my videos were all good and stuff that I had and going over my ideas for this week. And with that. And then Wednesday, we cleaned the house in the morning, and then we cleaned the house in the afternoon. And the house in the afternoon was a crazy day, let me tell you. My afternoon house was my lady who just had surgery and was in the ICU, and she'd almost died. Well, her son and daughter-in-law are still staying with her and her mother. Oh, I just did a mess. I forgot that this is not my tall boy. Shoot. Shoot. Everybody get off. Get off. I'm so used to the sidewalls on the tall boy that I just made myself a horrible little mess, y'all. Sure you've seen it. But the client is actually a woman who's in her, I believe, 70s, and her mama. And we go in twice a week and we clean their house. And like, we've been slowly working on her, like decluttering and stuff like that. But she gets a little overwhelmed because she's, been not in the best of health. And we've just been doing it a step at a time, and at her pace, I would say. Well, her daughter and stepdaughter, or her son and her son and daughter-in-law. Let me try that in English right here. And basically, they wanted it done their way and instantly. I'm thinking, your mama just got out of the ICU and you are like just stressing her out. And it was stressing me out that they were stressing her out. But not my business. So I just did what was asked of me. And I'm like, okay, but I felt so bad for her. I was like, oh no. They messing with my ladies. And I don't like it when you mess with my ladies. I get mad. You don't mess with my clients. It just makes me want to knock you out. I think the E is 37, so that should be over here. Oh, yep, there it is. So that was 4 hours of dealing with a woman that wasn't my client, who I didn't know, whose personality and mine really didn't mix so well. But I just tried to be as nice as possible and get through it, because it is what it is. Not my family. And then that day was rough. It was rough. And Thursday, I worked for Miss Kathy, like every Thursday. And we had a good time. We got our house clean, and then we was decorating. And that woman is spoiling Miss Trinity awful. She bought her, Aunt Kathy had went on a trip with her husband a while back and had found this organic tea over on the coast. And she thought it was the best tea she'd ever drank. And it was like, pre-bottled, not like tea bags. And so she was looking for it online last week or the week before. Last week. And she was having a hard time. And I said, well, let me see. So I Googled it and found it in the link. I'm like, here you go. I found it. But not only did she order her tea, she ordered Miss Trinity, who's her tea drinking buddy. Them and their black tea, they would drink it where it's like black as night. Ooh, like it's so strong. They both like really strong tea. And I am not a tea drinker normally. And if I do have it, I would like it fairly weak. Because it's so, for me, it's really, really bitter. But they like their raw black tea, They don't take, Kathy takes it black, I think, or with sweet milk or something. A little bit, maybe, sometimes. But like Trinity, like the sweeteners. But I'm talking like, as opposed to green tea, it's black tea. So Miss Kathy got her some, and then she ordered Trinity the sweetened version. And so they were having a little tea party while we were cleaning and doing house the other day. And I'm like, stop spoiling her. And she's like, shut up. I do what I want. So Trinity got her own thing of tea that she's in there drinking with her. So when she's there, she has her tea. And what did we do? Oh, and then me and Miss Kathy were doing some decorating after we were doing the cleaning. And I don't know when she doesn't go shopping, but she gone shopping and bought some new stuff. And we had to find where it was going to look the best. So we had moved some stuff and shuffled stuff around to make it where we liked it better. And Trinity will not ride with me to Kathy's because she calls it the Mama Black Hole. She says, once I go there, I never leave. I said, what is it, Hotel California? She said, basically. So she'll take her own car, and she ditches me as soon as she has her checklist. And she's got it down to a science where she's like, boom, boom, boom. She's like, all right, check me, I'm out. And so then me and Miss Kathy play and have a good time, and we can't help it. We like each other. We just like each other. We enjoy spending time together. Well, so there's that. And then, that was Thursday. And then Friday, I cleaned that big house in Atwater that I did, not this, yeah, the big house in Atwater got done. My cousin's, and I hadn't cleaned it since. I was supposed to have done it on 2 weeks ago, Friday. But I ended up doing the antler chandelier instead. And so then I cleaned it on Monday. And then did the windows on Friday. And so then this Friday, I got her back on her regular schedule for her windows. Her house. And then her husband booked me to do the exterior windows because he's decided that he wants my little OCD self to do them because he really liked how well they were done inside. I'm like, I don't do windows. He said, I'll pay. Just do it. I said, okay. So me and Trendy are headed back up there Monday to do those windows. And then, and yesterday was Saturday. And yesterday, I sat here until I finished my mystery canvas for the Mystery Mania 2023. The post review should have went up today, so for y'all yesterday. If you didn't see that, it's so pretty. Her face and hair are rendered so stunningly that I am in awe. If you've watched my videos, you know that I'm not really. I love to diamond paint, but I'm not a real fan of. I don't have diamond paintings like up in my house really. I have like I have one that's going. I haven't gotten it back from the framers because every time I go to get the steampunk private frame, me and the framer guy are arguing over, do I want it? Man, every time I look at it and I'm like, I haven't found what I want yet because my house is so done, especially the living room / dining room where I want the canvas. It's done in such a steampunk vibe that I keep getting torn about what frame I want. Because, like, for 1 second, I want, like, real industrial steampunk, and then the next minute, I'm like, oh, or do I really want the Victorian to help do the softening aspect? Because, basically that's what steampunk is a combination of this super foo-foo Victorian mixed with industrial, and it's a meld. And so I cannot, and, it's hundreds of dollars to get this framed, and I'm like, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars unless I know that this is exactly what I want. Well, now I finished this other Chris Ortega, and I need to stop buying Chris Ortega diamond art canvases because I want to frame them because I love them because they're steampunk and that's my thing. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, so I finished that, and now I'm like, well, now, and especially this new one, the fantasy one, the colors of it are the same colors as my master suite. The bedroom and bathroom are all done in varying shades of blue and gray. Like, I wanted it to be this really soft, and like they're silver, and it's just, I could not have gotten a canvas that, it just, it beautifully matches my bedroom. And so now I'm like, oh, well, do I want to frame that one and put it in my room and change out? Because right now I have I think it's Dear Diary by, I don't remember her name. It's one of my first canvases. I have her up on the wall because I was looking for a piece on one wall. And she was about the right size. This one would be a little bit bigger, so it actually fit the space better. And it's more of my vibe than the other one. The other one was, she's cute, but I mean, she's not steampunk, and I'm like super steampunk on my decor. And a lot of the old, like the majority of my house is like either autumn or like the muted jewel tones, like the army green, the muted burgundy, navy blue, the browns, some of the rust. That's what I got. Anyways, so now I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna frame that and put it up in place of what I have in my bedroom, or if I'm just gonna be like, no, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. And so there's this little, what is this symbol? This symbol, okay, so this is the double diamond. This is the circle with a line through it. I can only think of that as the eclipse. And I saw another one somewhere. That's the double diamond. And then that's the slash. That's the only slash right here? Nope, there's one here. There's two of those, that's it. Oh, three. Okay. I should do the F and get that lighter color done with first. And I am so not used to this Mini Made small tray with the shorter sides. If she had taller sides, I'd be owning all of them. But, and when I was first buying diamond paint supplies, I thought, oh, the big ones, the big ones. No, I don't like the big ones. Let me see. So the big one, this is too much for me. It's too big for my hands. I have fairly small hands, honestly. And so this one is easier to hold. But, hold on, let me put the lid on this so I don't throw drills all over this sticky. But, I like the height of this wall. If I could have this size with this height wall, which is basically what the tile boy is, and this is from Nix's Notions. So, but if I could have this in like the bigger height, I would own all of them. But this is just real. It's a lot to hold. If I have to hold it, I spill it because it's too long for my little hand. So like this one, it fits comfortably. So if you have smaller hands, sometimes the bigger ones are hard. Like I know I've heard Jade talk about it, and somebody else, I don't remember who. And I know that I've had the same problem. That I'm like, it's too much tray for my hand. And so if you're wanting to hold it while you're doing stuff, I have dropped them and spilt drills everywhere because it's just not as comfortable of a fit. So that's how I feel about that. So me and Maid, if you're listening, I would like one this size and taller, real bad, because I like the stoppers. I like the lids. I spill more with these little ones, and like I know I could put like the lid on, but it's like an extra step, and I'm lazy. Let's just be real about it. I'm lazy. I don't want to. So this was 3. So you go back here now. So I was going to be looking for that slashy, which is it's a white slash. So it was at 25. 25 should be here. Here. 25. I only needed 3, right? Yeah. So my week was just mostly work and trying to do my little bit of spring cleaning without overwhelming myself. Oh, so I had a funeral this week. That's what I did on Tuesday. Tuesday we had another funeral. So when I grew up in the town I grew up in, it's Chowchilla, California. If you've ever heard of it, it's because you probably know someone who went to prison because we have some huge prisons out here now. Or you've heard of the Chowchilla school bus kidnapping. Because that's basically what Chowchilla's known for. But when I was growing up, it was before the prisons were here. And it was a very, very, well, I'd say the Chowchilla, besides the one major crazy event, it was a very safe community. And like the block I grew up in, like we were the in-house, like, so this is like the street, right? So on the block on this side of the street was us. Then we had the neighbors we knew next door, and then we were related to the next house, and we were related to the house after that. I babysat for the house after that. I don't remember who those people were, but these were people we were friends with. He was the mailman, and and then my Aunt Pammy and her husband and kids lived like towards the end, and then like so this is our shitty street, right? And so we lived on this side. Well, across the street from us on a block that was going like perpendicular. The end house was a family who had kids too, and the daughter was the same age as my brother, and so they were part of the thing. And then all the kids up that block to my grandma's who lived down that same street. That was like our zone where the entire, where they talk about it takes a village. Well, my village was that T section. And like one of my best friends lived right around the corner from the people across the street, like this way. And then I had them hit. We were all there. Well, the guy who lived across the street from us, he passed away. So I was at his funeral on Tuesday. And I'm like, these people need to quit. I can't take any more funerals. Y'all just making me sad. So we went to that. And then when we were coming back from the funeral, my mama lives in a gated community in town. And there are multiple lakes on the property. Like her house backs up to a lake. And there are these new people that just moved in the last 2 years maybe. Like across the way from her and down the little ways, right? And they are right by where the road like goes like a bridge type thing over the lake. Okay? And apparently they didn't think about what this would mean for geese and ducks and whatnot in their yard. So they had put up these little, like, those little garden fence things that you can buy, and they're like the metal. You just shove them in the ground, and they stand up about anywhere from a foot to 2 feet tall, whatever. Well, they had bought those trying to keep the ducks and the geese out of their yard. It does not work. We could have told them they wasted their money. But anyways, when we were coming home from the funeral on Tuesday, I had slammed on my brakes because there was a duck caught in that fencing. Like, caught. Screaming caught. So me and my mom get out of the car. We go racing over there. I'll put a picture of him here. Summer. Yeah. Where's my hands? Okay. And it took both of us, and I had to like disassemble that little wire fence to get him out because like his foot was like in it and then back through it, and he was caught. And like every duck and goose and hoop and holler, whatever, was just out in the lake watching us up on land. Like, what are you doing to that? And I'm like, I'm trying to save them. And I am terrified of birds. And my mom's looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm over here saving this bird. And she goes, you don't even like birds. She's like, why? And I said, we're saving it because that's inhumane. I can't let it sit there and suffer. I go, and I don't want it to be panicking. By the time it's going to take us to get like animal control out here to help it, it could like, break its leg or something. Because we didn't know how long it had been sitting there already. So, me scared to death, I'm dismantling this little wire fence, getting this bird loose. Brown duck. And it's scary. I thought he was going to bite me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to help you. Please don't eat me. And like, I'm scared of any bird. So, it was not a good time for me, but we got the bird out. Thank you, Jesus. Because like it was just breaking my heart because it's not his fault that I'm scared of birds. And he shouldn't have to suffer because I have a real hard time with any animal suffering, even if I don't like them or even if I'm scared of them. I'm very much an animal person. And my kids used to use that against me when they were little. Like, but mom, it's a baby. Yeah, and then we'd end up with 7 dogs. Anyways, so me and my mama saved the duck. And I don't know what else we did that day, but we did a lot. Oh, and then my Aunt Pammy came over with her granddaughter, Cashin's prom dress. Because, like, my cousin Lacey had spent, like, all this money on this prom dress. And then even more money on having it tailored. Because Cashin ain't no bigger than a minute. And I think that Duck could have done a better tailoring job than was done on this dress. It was so bad. And I felt so awful for this. I mean, number one, this kid is freaking out because like this is her prom dress for like 2 weeks from now or whatever, and it ain't right. It ain't even near the realm of right. It's so bad, right? It was bad, and it took three of us, me, my mom, and my aunt, and hanging this dress up like on this. My mama has this like gazebo thing in her dining room. Don't ask. She's an interior decorator. I just let it go. But she's got this like Archie. I don't know. Whatever. So we have that hanging. I'm standing on a chair holding the dress out from different seams because it's like a mermaid. It's kind of like a mermaid style, but not really a full mermaid style. Um, so I'm up there holding it out so where we can find where the center seams are, front, back, and on each side, so we can fix where they have shortened it too much in the front, and it the most uneven hemline I have ever seen in my life. And you know, my mother is one of the best seamstresses I have ever encountered in my life. She's just amazing. Trinity, up until recently, was working at David's Bridals in alterations. Um, my Aunt Pam, she's an amazing seamstress. I mean, we sew. Um, but it took all three of us to figure out what they had done to this dress and to get it fixed and situated in this awful thing they put in the bottom of the hem, taken out, and the new hem done. Then we had to call my cousin Lacey to bring Cashin back over, set her up on a dining room table to make sure that the new hemline we've created was the right length for shoes. And we're all going over that. And then they had taken in her the straps of her the shoulders, because it's like little like tank top straps, and they did them crooked, like crooked as a snake. And then we're trying to figure out what they did, and they basically, so like if let me grab a piece of something. Okay, so say this is the strap of the dress, you know, from front to back. What they did was is they pulled it in to make it where like this is where you'd want it to be, and folded it like this on the top of the shoulder. And now this is like a whole lot of fabric. It's not thin like this. Sewed all this together. Took a piece of like the decorative beaded area that they took off the hem, and sewed that basically like only like a little like tack stitch over the seam on the top, so you didn't see it, but you saw all this because it was like thick, like thick. It was like, I would say it was thicker than, it was like this thick up on her shoulder. It was obvious. It was so obvious. And the way they had done it was so bad. Oops, sorry, hit my microphone, tried to scratch myself. My mom was looking at it and she goes, "Did they glue it?" And like I had to, because the mama and the aunt, their eyes are getting a little older as they're, you know, my mama turned 70, so Pam is almost 70. And she's a couple years younger, I believe. But with their eyes, you know, they're over there in cheaters trying to, we call cheaters is what we call their readers, you know, you buy with like the 3.25 or whatever. So they're over there trying to see what they've done, and they can't see. And so I'm having to dismantle, you know, like undo what the tailoring had done. And like they were going to charge, like, see, like, I think it was like $150, $300 or something for the tailoring on this dress. And I'm like, you got robbed, because this is not done right at all. And so I had to help get it ripped out, and then we got her all situated. So I think they did another fitting on Miss Cashin yesterday, and now the dress is back at my mama for some adjustment to the bodice, because like it was one of the biggest hot mess, worst alteration jobs I've ever seen. Like, no, I don't know why it's so bad. I mean, and like if it had been my, well, number one, I would not have paid anyone to alter my kid's dress. I'd have taken it straight to my mama. If me and Trinity couldn't do it ourselves, you know, I'd take it to my mom. And I looked at Lacey. I said, "Why would you go pay someone to do an alteration when you know your kid is like a size 0? When our moms are so much better than the average person?" And she goes, "Because I didn't want to upset anybody with whatever was going on. I was just wanting to get it and get it done and not, not be a burden. And I'm like, well, now we're having to undo this. It had been a smaller burden in the beginning. She told me to shut up. I started laughing at her. I'm like, well, seriously. And she's like, she goes, they're just always saying that they're tired. And I'm like, yeah, but you can ask. You didn't have to just assume. But I would have asked them before I went and paid someone and had them destroy like the dress was hundreds of dollars. And it was almost destroyed. Like, we was doing some creative things to make the hem long, the right length in the front. We was creative. And we got it ready, and I think there's only a couple more things to be done that my mom's doing. She's the best of us at this. Like, she's the one who fixes all the family's wedding dresses and all that stuff. Like, my cousin Chelsea had ordered. She just fell in love with the dress, and the smallest they made it, I think, was a size 4. And she is, I think, maybe a 0 or 2, maybe a 2. I think she's more likely a 0. I think Cassia might be a 00. She's like teeny tiny, but Chelsea's little. But she's like, this is the dress I want. It's just so, this is as small as it gets. So my mom had to literally take the dress completely like apart and rebuild it smaller. And like, she built Chelsea's like bra into the dress, and so I mean, it was awesome. Like, my mother is amazing. I am not that good. I wish I was that good, but I am not that good, and I have never claimed to be that good. I don't like that. Oh, well, I guess here I don't mind. But like the let me see if I can find it. So that's number 40 and number 20. So 20 should be right here, and then 40 would be right here. So like on the legend, these two symbols were way similar, but it's not as noticeable here because it's much thicker. And there's my hair on the canvas. So where's my tweezers? I heard it, but I don't see it now. Come off. Where'd it go? Did I get it? So, which one am I going to do first? I'll do the dark ones first because they're more noticeable. And so that's what we did on Tuesday. And so I was there late. And then, I guess after we cleaned, not yesterday, Friday after. No, Trinity came home with me Friday. So, oh, yesterday was Saturday. And Ashley, my bestie, came to see me. They are moving from they are do the RV life, and they moved from Stockton down to Southern California again. But she was not planning. They're not planning on coming back through Central California before they start headed east. So she said, I'm going to come see you for a couple hours before I go because I don't know when I'll see you again. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So she came down. So that canceled what me and Trent originally had planned for the day because we were supposed to be deep cleaning yet another 2 rooms. What I've been trying to do is like 2 rooms at a time, and we work together so no one feels like. Our big rule right now is if I suffer, you suffer. And it's not like in a meanness. It's if I have to do this and I don't want to, you're going to do it with me, so then no one has any resentment, if that makes sense. Because she's like, I don't want to be treated like a kid. And I'm like, I don't want to treat you like a kid either, but you're still part of this household and you still have to, pitch in. So it's if one suffers, we both suffer. And so I was like, okay, well, we need to, just do the stuff. I go, I know no one wants to do the stuff, but we got to do the stuff or our house is disgusting. And who wants a disgusting house? Not me. And so then I gave her the day off because Ashley decided to come down. And then she took off for her friend's house after her and Ashley had been here for a while. Or after, I think she was here till after Ashley left. Because she was going to a sleepover at her girlfriend Gabby's house. And so she's just going to meet me at the house we're working on Monday morning. So she doesn't waste gas. So I've been home alone with the dogs and the cat. And it went from like 40-something degrees here to like 100. And I don't know why. Like in the other morning, I woke up and they're like, because when I wake up, my alarm goes off from uh, that lady who starts with an A. And she tells you what Amazon brings, that one. Well, when she does my alarm in the morning, she gives me the weather report. She tells me what the weather is and what it's going to be. So before I even get out of bed, I have an idea of what I should be wearing, if I need layers or whatnot. And then she plays me like music, so that it's a pleasant wake up experience and not a meh wake up experience, right? Because I do not do mornings well. I'll be honest with y'all. Mornings are not my thing. I've always been a night owl, and I have to be super careful all the time because I will switch my circadian rhythm over and be up all night and sleep all day if you let me. It's just that seems more natural to my body, but it doesn't work in this world. So probably because I used to work graveyards once upon a time. Anyways, I had to edit that out. So the other day when my morning routine on my little helpful talkable device said what the weather was, it was like 40-something degrees, sunny at like 6:37 or whatever. But she's like, at the high of like 92. And I'm like, how is it 42 degrees or something in the morning, but then going to be in the 90s in a couple hours? That's just rude. That's just disrespectful. I'm like, and I don't even know how to layer for this. I'm like, y'all need to choose a range. And I don't think it should have, I think in one day it should not fluctuate more than like 15, 20 degrees. And that's enough. Because I'm like, this is a lot. And I don't know if this has happened my whole life and I just didn't pay attention to it because I didn't have this routine. Because this is a new thing that I have put on my phone, on my device. A dot, I guess is a good way to say it. In this past year, because I was always asking her to tell me, and then she suggested this morning routine. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Now I love it. I'm like, leave my routine alone. I'll stab you. So I just don't know if maybe I wasn't aware of it before, but good night. Why has it got to be so drastic of a difference? That just seems like a big difference. Like, that's 50 degrees. And like, it's meant from I'm freezing to death one week to, okay, I'm going to swim with dolphins. I'm a little concerned because, it was still chilly. To, holy crap, turn the AC on. It's freezing cold outside. What is happening? I mean, burning up outside. Like 90-something degrees. Like right now, I can't check. I can check here. What is the weather? What is the weather? And you're not going to tell me the weather? The weather. Weather. Oh, so it's gotten cooler today than it was yesterday. It says it. I don't want you. Go away. Because I'm in Alpine, California. I'm not in Alpine, California. I'm sorry to tell you. It's 81 degrees in where my zip code is right now. And that's some crap. I don't even know what this weather thing is. I don't like you. This weather.com. I need to go back to my, what is it? Weather Underground or whatever it is. Or I don't know. I miss Apple. My little Apple products. I miss them. I didn't realize I was going to miss all the little differences in the app so much when I switched. But I am liking the fact that my phone is dang near indestructible. If you have a tendency to beat the far out of your phone, and you have maybe a habit of breaking your phones a lot, the Motorola Edge 5 something, I don't know, whatever. I got mine at Verizon. I have dropped it, kicked it, flipped it, thrown it. I've done dang near everything to it, and because I'm a butterfingers, and like I'll be like talk to someone, I'll get excited, and I'll be talking my hands, and it'll be in my hand, and I'll chuck it on streets, driveways, everywhere. And with this, whatever case I got at the Verizon wireless store that came with it, and this phone, uh, I have busted the screen protector that I got, and so Trinity replaced the screen protector for me a couple weeks ago. So the screen protector made it a couple months, but like this phone, when I told them I wanted it indestructible, they did good. They did so good. I'm not having any problems because normally by now I'd have problems because it's not unusual to see me talk to someone and watch my phone fly, and so I've been trying not to hold my phone on top because I know I'll check it and I try not to check it. Okay, how long have I been filming? I feel like I've been filming for a year. You can't see. But I feel like I should like do some of this more. What's that? That is 32. That would be. Oh, this arrow. I was like, what? This arrow? No, I'm like, that's not pink. Don't go there. What the hell? Then confuse myself. I'm so excited about the color palette for this kit. It is so pretty. And this is the one with the glow in the dark drills. So, like the whites I already put down right here, the few. Those are all glow in the dark drills. I'm excited. I have another glow in the dark canvas, and it was from Crafties. And it was alright, but I'm waiting to see because when I was playing with these glow in the dark drills, they seem to be super glowy, like more glowy than the Crafties ones were. Like, this could be amazing, and I could be super excited. But these colors are just so bold and so vibrant, and they make me happy. This none of it's because I did so many of those. The color schemes of a lot of my canvases for the last few months has been a lot of browns, a lot of navies, a lot of grays, greens. And so, like when I saw purple last month, I was like, I just want to do it. I just want to do that one. I know it wasn't on the list, but I did it anyway. Didn't care because I needed some colors in my life. And then I really, really, really need to get to work on my Dakota Fawn canvas. Oh, mercy. I'm still only 25% done with that, guys. And it's supposed to be done at the end of May. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a stunning canvas. But it's more square drills. And I so don't want to be doing square drills. I don't want to do square drills. I'm just over square drills real bad. And that's unusual because I've been, maybe it's just my cycle where I'm at. Like, I've been doing square drills for so many canvases, and they're such large canvases that maybe that's why. And the square drills are smaller than the round drills. So you end up doing more drills per area. But I'm just like, I was so excited about this one being a round drill. I gotta calm down because I've been having some issues with some chest pain for the last week or so, to the point where like I made an appointment with my doctor, and I'm like, I don't know if it's stress because if you've been around, you might have known that I was having a problem with a propane leak, and then my well was acting up, and then my hot water heater was a problem, and it was like flooding under my house, and I have been going through it. Okay. Um, like through it. We had the death in the family. It was just like 2023 has not been as pleasant as I would have liked it to be in terms of like a lot of crap. And I quit smoking in October 2nd of 2022, but I'm still doing um, the vapes because I got real sick when I quit cold turkey because no one told me about um, nicotine raising blood sugar, and I'm severely hypoglycemic. So anyway, um, me and my doctor had this plan how I'm like slowly trying to wean myself from the nicotine while maintaining my blood sugar in a range where like they'll let me keep driving a car because um, I fight to keep my blood sugar over 60, 70. When I test my blood sugar and it's 70, I'm having a good time. I'm like, woohoo, look at me go. Um, it's been, it sucks because, it's real easy. Okay, let me rephrase it. It's not easy, but for me, it would be easier for me at this point in my life with everything I've gone through to modify my diet to take in less sugar than it would be for me to take in, like, trying to find this balance. This balance is killing me. So, like, a lot of times I spend most of my time doing the like low to moderate low glycemic index diet or whatever it is. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to keep my blood sugar as stable as possible. Um, well, the problem is sometimes it just says no, and it's a fight. Anyway, so I've been having these chest pains, and so it made me a little nervous because I'm like, oh God, I quit smoking, so I thought I would be in better heart health, but my what do you call that? My cholesterol is basically non-existent. Um, so I made an appointment, so we're going to go in and have him check. I'm like, I would rather just know that I'm having an anxiety attack, or I don't even care if he tells me, go stupid head, it's gas. Just where I'm not keep getting scared when it happens. It's because it never happens like in the middle of the day. Well, it did the other day, but like when I'm at a point where like the other day it happened in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh Lord, I cannot. And I mean, I thought I was literally seconds away from waking Trinity up and having her take me to the emergency room, and then it calmed down. And then 2 days after that, I was driving up to Atwater, and I was getting off the freeway to go get gas at the gas station, and it hit me and like doubled me over. The pain was so sudden and so sharp in my chest. And then yesterday, so that's like another 2 days later, I had the chest tightness and stuff, and then it was bothering my right shoulder and neck. And I was like, I don't know if because I work so hard and I do manual labor basically, doing all those windows and stuff, and I was up and down ladders in last week, and I did all those light fixtures. So I'm like, I don't know if that's muscle strain or problem. And so I'm like, I'm not trying to be a drama queen, but something ain't right. And I'm like, if it's whatever it is, I was telling my mom, I said, I just want to go to the doctor, have him check it out, and tell me what it is. So then if I need to be worried, I can make adjustments. But if I don't need to be worried, it takes some of the fear out when it happens. because I'm sure that whatever's happening, once I panic, because it's scary when you have chest pain. It's scary, especially once you get to a certain age. You're like, hey, whoa, what is that? And so yeah, I got that appointment next week. I don't know, whenever. No, a week and a half. Right after he goes, none of your numbers are making me concerned. And I'm like, okay, well, I just want to just get it checked out. He goes, you can come in, we'll get it checked out. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sure he's probably gonna, I don't know what, probably stress test or something to make sure. I'm just worried since I quit smoking. I'm like, I'm gonna be big man if I quit smoking. And now, but I've heard of other people like that. It's not until they quit smoking that they get like lung cancer and stuff. And I'm like, that's just rude. You're gonna wait till I get the grit up to stop something and then give me the consequences. That's just rude. It is just rude, rude, rude. But I'll be going to the doctor on the 10th. But I'd rather be checked out, make sure everything's okay, than to, that stuff's the heart disease in women is like a silent killer. Like, because our symptoms, I guess, are so different and they can be mild for so. I done did it. Look, y'all, I done shoved my drill in sideways. Get out, get out. I don't even know how I did that. Anyways, but it's like a deadly, like a silent killer for women. Because it's not. I don't know. Maybe they'll tell me to go get some Cheerios or something. Like, she's like, it's the heart healthy. I'm like, shut up. And like Trinity is going to the doctor the same day because her labs came back from her last infusion, and her cholesterol is ridiculous. Like her good cholesterol, HDL, whatever cholesterol, is low, like super low, like in the 30s. But her triglycerides are slightly elevated, and I'm like, okay, girl, what are you eating? What are you eating that I'm not aware of? Because she had a stroke at 18 because her Behcet's is a vasculitis and good. And so I was like, what are you eating that I'm not aware of because you messing stuff up? So she's going to the doctor on the 10th too, so we can find out how bad do I need to be worried, and what can I do to help her change hers? What's going on with I really think that it's probably stress, because I mean it's been rough, but I just it's not helping my stress to stress about what I think is an anxiety attack. So I think I'm giving myself a worse time because I'm panicking when it happens. So I'm like, I'll just go get checked out. I don't know. It's enough to make you like. I'm in my I'm 44 now. Just had my birthday. I just quit smoking 6 months ago. I'm trying to be healthier. I gave up sugar a couple of years ago, like in my drinks. I have never been a big meat eater. I do not eat red meat, period. So I'm like, what is happening? How am I having heart issues? But I mean, I don't know. But I'd rather go get checked out. And I'm willing to bet money it's anxiety, but I would hate to overlook obvious signs and symptoms that there's something wrong, and not get to see my grandbabies grow up because I didn't listen to the signs my body gave me. So I'll take my butt to the doctor and say, hey, if he makes me go do a stress test and run on the treadmill, I'll do it. I don't care. It'll be okay. But I think I have exceeded the hour mark, and I'm going to have to go edit this mess. So I'm going to hang up with y'all. I said hang up. I'll end this video. So I did not get this section. Now I feel like I done talked more than I done diamond painted, but y'all know. So, if you would be so nice as to help me. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and the like button and ring the bell for notifications. And if you would be super kind and leave a comment, I would be so super, super grateful. I have added the watermark feature on the bottom right hand of the video. So like down over, where's my finger? Down over here somewhere, there should be a pink and black subscribe button. If you hover over that, it will automatically pop up the subscribe thing, and then it will let you follow the channel. That isn't a fee thing. That just means that you want to see my content. If you do want to support the channel, there is the Buy Me a Coffee option. That is just a way that you can support the channel that's not a recurring fee. I'm not really thinking I want to do a Patreon at this point because my life has been a little unsettled, as y'all know. So the Buy Me a Coffee is just like just a little quickie thing if you want to help support the channel. Not a big deal, no obligation. I think that's all. I think that's it. Next week's Wip Chat will be on the Dakota canvas. I'll try to get that back on schedule, but it's just been a mess. It's a mess, I tell you. It's a mess. So, but until next time, y'all. Love you. Bye-bye.